Welcome back, guys, to the ONOG circuit here. We are in the losers bracket. We got Muzzy versus Risen. These players both lost their opening rounds, and the winner will be facing VLPS for a chance to go on to the finals as the second seed of Group B. So Risen is going to be our rogue player. Muzzy is bringing more traditional decks, but yet again, we see the double Warlock ban. I've seen a lot of Warlock ban today as opposed to yesterday where we saw a lot of Druids. What kind of field do you lie in? Like, do you like to ban your opponent's Warlock or Druid typically in these?
Yeah, I think for the last a lot of tournaments, every time there's been a ban, I feel like I've picked either Warlock or Druid. They're just probably the two strongest classes right now. Secret Paladin's always on everyone's mind, but I think that Druid is scarier against control, and Zoo is probably the stronger aggro deck than
Mm-hmm.
Secret Paladin. So
Well, I'm guessing that both of these players are playing fairly similar decks. Outside of the fourth class, Muzzy's got the Shaman, Risen's got the Rogue. Um, it's a bit of a weird dynamic. The Shaman will probably destroy the Rogue, but the Rogue has probably quite a good matchup against the Secret Paladin. So depending on how they match up is going to dictate the results a lot.
yeah, I mean, part of Risen's problem here was in the last matchup he couldn't pick up a win with his Rogue very easily, or I think he lost twice with it.
Yeah.
Uh, this doesn't look that much better for Rogue. I think part of it is Rogue should be probably good against Druid, if anything, and not that great against Secret Paladin, maybe.
hmm Okay, well, it is Rogue versus Druid. This is an excellent Rogue hand at the very least. I think he's already mulliganed as his cards are not lit up green. Um, it just looks solid. I mean, you have a lot of burst damage to counter an early innervate play. Muzzy's got nothing, but nothing is probably better than innervating a 4-drop in this situation.
Yeah. Horizon's hand looks pretty good.
I've come in this situation quite a lot, especially in some cases in Arena, where you have a lot of like early game minions or spells to deal with like a potential aggressive opener from your opponent. But sometimes when they have nothing and start the game on turn 3 or 4 and you're just out of range, it just feels terrible actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
think we
Horizon
might
can
see something
still
like that here.
Ryzen can still play proactive minions every turn. You can just coin out by a teacher. He can just play SI as a 3/3. I think it's fine either way. He even has a blood mage here to kind of play it on
Oh,
turn two. So
he's gonna innervate a Lothib here, right? That's much better than
uh, Druid Claw, I think. Wow, okay.
no. But Lothib just screws your opponent's turn,
Yeah,
right?
I guess yes. There's also spell power you're leaving up, right? So unfortunately, he doesn't get anything here. Definitely gonna have to trade in hero power. So here's
What does
an
Risen have to do
SI.
though? Just the coin SI weapon?
Maybe. That seems an okay play. Yeah, I would coin SI weapon. I don't think you can make any other play here. There's no way you're dropping a Sludge Belcher to 5/2. And you still get that Violet Teacher here, Belly Poison potential next turn, which is a nice little move. Oh, and backstab.
I can only deal with 5 though. This is gonna be the 6. So that's a bit tricky here.
Yeah.
You got to sap. You don't really want to sap that.
You can't do anything else on the same turn. Is he actually just going to trade in his guy?
I think he has to. The Violet Teacher is much more valuable.
Okay. Oh, he's saving his backstab, I see.
Oh wow, terrible draw from Muzzy. I mean, these are all super value draws, but value is not what you need right now. You need high tempo cards, and right now he's kind of stuck on like a shredder, I think.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be that surprised if his Force Nature is the Violet Teacher, just because that's
Whoa.
such a big threat, Violet Teacher. You don't want to be stuck dropping minions against Violet Teacher when they have
hmm
also they have a weapon, 3/1 weapon. You just feel like you're going to fall further and further behind on the 1/1s, and you don't have a swipe either. So I don't know. I like this. I like the But I think you have to force nature there.
Risen choosing to play the minion rather than the prep sprint feels like the right decision there.
Yeah, definitely ancient allure here. Get some more cards here. Set up for swipe wrath even. No reason to play
Yeah,
ancient allure, especially with sap still.
yeah. You only want to play an Ancient of War when you absolutely are desperate.
Yeah, because you can't afford trade 7 mana for 2 basically, and
Yep.
it happens too often.
Well, he goes for the full sprint there.
But now he has 2 preps left over. He can still prep something if he wants. He can also just backstab and attack with dagger.
Feels like backstab is a good play here.
Yeah, because if you like prep's always good, right? You want to save that for later.
Mhm.
And your dagger's a 3/1 isn't that good, so
You know what I want to see? I want to see a Van Cleef. Because right now there is no answer in the
and
Druid's hand.
2 preps as well.
And that Van Cleef can be giant.
Yeah. Okay, so tons of options here. At this point, you can almost do anything. Kind of just have to make a move quickly, though. Okay, like this, not overcomplicate things against the shredders because they're hard to deal with. Just sap 1 shredder, I think, and then play a bunch of minions. You don't have to remove everything Druid has, right? Especially when you have a shredder, a belcher, and like a 3/5. You have so many things that trade well against a shredder.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any point in just forcing yourself to think about a removal.
It is a really big swipe though. He can kill everything except the shredder. But he can't play anything himself if he does that.
Yeah, he also doesn't get to kill the slime, I think. Does he?
No.
Okay.
Oh!
my!
Oh my god! This happened to me yesterday. Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
No, that's like done. It's over.
It does.
It's done.
So I guess I'm swiping. You can't swipe.
You
I don't
can't
know.
do
I
anything.
think you have to swipe it this way. You have to reset it up. You can't not swipe now. You can't not swipe now. I think. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So
Riz is
swipe
like,
that.
so I have swipe. Okay. I think that's fine. Oh, that's actually garbage.
Yeah, I think
But-
he's 5 drop now. Or 4 drop.
There it is.
I think here you kill the Lore Walker Cho first. Or do you? What if you just play Azure Drake and Van Cleef and go face? Leave up Lore Walker.
Hmm.
I think you might as well go for the spells, right? You have so many preps this turn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he does not go for the prep there. He could have done prep sap into Cleef,
Yeah.
fill the board.
I think what he's trying to do is next turn load that with Van Cleef. I mean, either way, I think he'll win.
That doesn't really have much synergy though, does it?
Yeah, because you're Wesley Scare Game
He's not
BGH.
playing as warrior.
Yeah, you're
The,
right.
the counters are silence in BGH.
Yeah. I mean, even a 5/10 here is going to die quite easily, I think.
Well, he's got spell damage swipe. He's got spell damage fan of knives. So that's just 4 from residual
And
damage.
he has spell damage blade for you.
That's just
Yeah,
a 6
that doesn't even need
residual.
that. Yeah, he has Eviscerate too. Yeah, I mean, you have the 1/1, so I think you just start by swipe Eviscerate. So,
I think he has to fill the board first, then trade so he can play the Van Cleef at the end.
mhm.
Ooh. Was that a good idea?
Uh,
No, that was not a good idea.
I think I should have traded into the other one, the 4/3.
No, I think he just shouldn't have traded. Because he needs the board. He needs space on the board at the very end, not midway through the combo.
I see. Oh, he's
Well, I
Boyfriend.
guess an 8-8 and a 10-10 is kind of the same thing. So I think that could have been a little bit better, but in the end, I
Yeah,
don't think it makes any difference.
I don't see it making a difference here. Yeah,
He has to draw BGH. I think otherwise
and
it's
the
done.
swipe somehow, but is that impossible?
No. No. All right. Well, Laura Walker Cho, ladies and gentlemen. People
Yeah,
question why some of these seemingly terrible cards are in the game. It's so they can trigger off the good cards and create highlights. That's why Laura Walker Cho, along with another couple hundred other cards, are in the game, exactly for that reason. So on the back of that, Risen takes the opening game, but more importantly, he takes the first win with his rogue deck of the tournament, and that puts him in a very good position as his other two decks. I think without too much you know doubt, are pretty strong.
yeah. I think his Rogue needed to go against the Druid too, because I don't think
Mhm.
Rogue is that great against Super Paladin either.
I think it's
Like
okay.
Rogue used to be good against Paladin, I think, but after Mysterious Challenger, I think it changed a lot because you don't really have great answers to Mysterious Challenger in particular. So
Yeah, that's true, but you have great answers for everything else in the deck, except Tyrion, I guess. Actually, Ragnaros kind of makes the
Ragnaros
match
is
more
pretty good
lopsided.
against Rogue. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Who
Well,
knows? Well, anyways, picks up the win against Druid, which is actually a pretty Rogue favored matchup here.
mhm.
So now we have Ryzen being a little bit ahead with two solid decks, but he's just one game off, so it's very easy to even this out right now.
Yep, you definitely want to be in his position there. I don't think there is. I think in terms of druids, there's almost no variants that I've seen. I know on ladder there's some variants that use like some of them use MC Tech, some of them like double Ancient of War, some like only one.
Yeah.
There's like the one or two card variants, but throughout throughout most of the ONOG tournaments I've seen almost no variants at all.
What have you seen?
Like the super typical list, basically. Um, I think a lot of them have double Ancient of War. Um, yeah,
Oh, double Ancient War. That's pretty good.
I think that's actually exactly the only difference. I think we've seen double Ancient of War, and I think we've seen Ancient of War and Sylvanas.
I think I saw Firebat make a post before where he said that like if you know what you're targeting in Conquest, you should probably not be running double combo druid and be running like more tech cards depending what you're targeting.
Hmm.
So, so how do you curve out here in Druid Mirror?
Well, you can innervate a Shredder and then hopefully keep her something next turn. You might just keep her face next turn, honestly.
Yeah, I like it. I like that the most because you're playing something every turn, right? If you innervate out Drill Claw, you're not doing nothing on turn three. So even though your turn four move with Keeper isn't exactly guaranteed to be good, it's whatever. You can still play it, and then play another Keeper on turn four. I don't know. I still think it's okay.
I
Let's
think
wait
I
for
saw Muzzy
Sylvanas.
vaping there for a moment.
Uh,
No, he ends up doing nothing here.
okay, that also makes sense. I think he'll either do nothing or do or this.
I think I prefer an innervate Drew of the Claw in this position now.
Yeah, I definitely prefer. It's just 4/5. A 4/6 lines up so good against this keeper here.
Problem is, he might face an opposing Drew of the Claw, and there it is. And that makes it a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, you can draw a call. I mean, you can keep her this. I think.
Can you?
Yeah, kill it. Maybe leave it 4/2. I think it's fine.
I was thinking about the Shredder. As if you Shredder, you might end up just clearing the following turn.
Yeah, that's true. It's just kind of you're forcing yourself into the shredder, and I mean, it depends if you want. Like, you don't get the option of coin Solaris and stuff like that as much.
Hmm.
So, if Muzzy coins out Sylvanas, it's really risky. First of all,
Just
he,
Wrath could deal with it, right?
yeah, exactly, Wrath would steal. But if I guess if he trades, the Sylvanas would steal back the keeper. But I just don't like that move. It seems maybe he has to go for something like I don't know. It's actually a hard call to make because this is so
Just
tempo
swipe,
oriented.
maybe.
If you swipe, then you're behind on the 7 drop, right? So now you have to play against Ancient Allure or Dr. Boom with nothing, which is never where you want to be, right?
He ends up going for the coin wild growth play. I'm not even sure about that, because next turn you had a 6-drop anyway. And you had the coin if you needed mana acceleration for 1 turn after that. You could just save the wild growth.
Ooh. That's a good one.
It is, but how do you supplement it? It feels like almost everything you play is gonna die.
Yeah,
I
it
was actually
probably
thinking
is.
about a keeper. I was thinking about just keepering down one of the 1/1s.
Yeah, it's definitely reasonable. Keeper's also a nice body to absorb boom bots as a 2/4 death one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he wants to play 2 minions here over 1, definitely.
Okay. Let's see what the pull is. It is the other Shredder. So next turn might be a little bit clunky, but so far it's looking good. Oh, I thought he'd go face with that Boombot.
I thought I got face 2. I mean, you don't want to give him the trade, so it makes some sense. But then again, like you're not clearing the whole shredder anyways, so
I have no time for games.
yeah. Sylvanas is still good here. You can't really clear Sylvanas with the shredder, and because you'll steal the Muzzy would steal the death rattle. Looks like he has to though.
Well, what's he gonna get here? Oh, wow! Good thing he made that attack first.
Yeah.
I actually thought of perhaps attacking second, but if he had done that, he would have been very upset.
Well,
What's the damage here?
Muzzy hasn't drawn lore yet. It's basically just looking for a Savager at this point. I guess somewhat it doesn't matter, right? Muzzy can win without Savager based on tempo. Anoitron is so sticky here.
Well, he has lethal right now. Even if he hero powers.
Force and Wrath is a clear. But then, oh, that's actually interesting. If you force Wrath clear, Muzzy actually runs out of steam. Because Keeper's not a great minion to play, and Force in nature. It's possible if Muzzy misses, that Ryzen can like take some time to make a comeback here, right?
Okay, yeah, Risen makes the most aggressive board clear possible. He could have been a bit greedier there, chose not to be.
Oh, so now he picks up his minion. That's a huge troll. He needed a minion to play here to keep up the tempo.
Alright, he's got 8 from hand.
Kind of
So,
surprising that no keeper.
yeah. Oh, the keeper actually would have threatened lethal.
Yeah, to keeper face, right?
Yeah.
How
Instead,
rude.
he gives Risen a break. Risen floods the board. And this might be his game here with a few choice draws. Muzzy's going to have to try to get something to seal it out here.
Combo. Oh, that's a good one.
That is a pretty good one.
You still have to make a lot of decisions, so I think almost certainly he's going to be playing his Ancient War. But you still have a lot of potential things you can do. I don't really like Trade for Emperor.
Yeah, with 2 cards in hand, I mean, it's not that valuable of an Emperor.
I feel like you just go face.
Yeah.
You can also try 2/3 for free, but I think at this point the face damage is worth more.
He could have won it,
Especially
but
if you're-
Keeper went face, though.
Yeah. And now he doesn't even get to play Keeper this turn because of the Ancient War.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, face will give him 8 life, plus the Force Nature Keeper is 8. There is a hero power which would give him 9, but then you still have a board, right? So, wow.
Oh, he does the trade.
Yeah.
He's just given Risen so much time. Oh, and there's a Keeper!
This could be a Keeper Ancient of Lore. Do you ever heal here?
I think so. I mean, you're both pretty low on cards. If you can go out of combo range, you might just be able to fully control this game out. Nope, he goes for the draw.
Oh, he picked up combo. So, Muzzy's gonna die very quickly after this turn. I'm assuming
Well,
this has to be a trade.
Depends.
There's no way you don't trade here as
Well,
Ryzen.
Risen might be like, I'm dead to combo anyway, so what else kills
he
me?
died to other things.
But he might miscalculate that because
Yeah,
8 is
yeah.
not a common amount of damage. You might be like, I can play around just Force of Nature by attacking face.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because what I was thinking was the Shredder doesn't even die. Shredder's a death round. In these situations, you like break up your Shredder. It's still a powerful minion. A lot of times.
Wait, Muzzy hasn't done it yet. Okay, no, he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah. That can't feel good.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities from both sides to steal the game there, but in the end, Muzzy just narrowly seals it, and it is evened out. It's gonna be Paladin Shaman versus Paladin Druid. So suddenly, Muzzy looks to be in like a more favorable position.
Yeah. Shaman's a good deck, huh? I don't know. This is kind of close. I guess Druid isn't great against Seeker Paladin, but
It's all right.
Shaman is okay against Seeker Paladin. It's okay. I'm not sure who's favorite actually.
Well, I
Seeker
feel like
Paladin,
the Shaman deck can just run over both of those a lot of the time. Like the Paladin deck just has I feel like between turns 1 and 4, a Secret Paladin has a turn where they do Dude Secret, and like on that turn they start losing really badly against Shaman. And if Druid doesn't get the ramp, it's kind of the same situation where they have like 1 or 2 dead turns, the Shaman gets way ahead, and I think that kind of means the Shaman is doing pretty well against both of those.
Yeah, it seems like Ryzen's running into a lot of bad matchups recently. Like even last series with the Rogue and stuff, this Druid doesn't really have that many good matchups left either. So, yeah, we'll see. Anything can happen.
I know you're a big advocate for rolling dice when playing decks. Do you think there's anything more than that in some of these Conquest matches?
In a band, it might be a little bit different. I haven't thought about it too much, but I don't think there's too much reason in real Conquest to not roll dice unless you're trying to mind games people. I mean, it's always good if you can mind games people. I guess it depends whether you think, like, whether you want to expose yourself to that or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you roll dice, no one can really counter you, but you're not really getting the edge there either. So
I know in yesterday's matches, Lead Paint led with Secret Paladin in 2 out of the 3 openers, and apparently he was pretty famous for leading with Secret Paladin every single match in the prior tournament. And his reasoning was that the deck is just good, so it doesn't matter if he goes first.
Okay, that's not true. You can definitely mathematically it matters. You go do that strategy in a casino, and I guess you're gonna lose. That's not.
Strivecode disagrees.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is going to be Secret Paladin from Muzzy, and Risen picks Druid once again here.
Yeah, pretty good curve from Secret Paladin, although Secret Paladin always curves out good, it seems. Pretty much always.
I do feel that Secret Paladin, again, turns 1 and 4, you always have like 1 bad turn.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the window of opportunity for your opponent to start taking back the board. And
Yeah,
they
not
need
the
to,
Secret
because by
Paladin.
the time turn 6 turns around, yeah, swings the other way again.
Kind of. He might have a Avenge here, power turn, I guess. I don't love it that much. I don't know. I'm not sure what I feel about playing that one instead of the mini bot first.
Well, we are going to see exactly what I was saying here. We're going to see Dude Avenge.
Yeah.
But it is still pretty good.
Yeah, Dude Avenge is still pretty good. Yeah, I think you definitely have to do Avenge over Double Sack, because if you get Keepered, this way you have another minion for Avenge, whereas the other way, you have a Double Sack and Avenge, but Keeper kills your 2-2, and yeah.
All right, well, you definitely get keeper there. Whoa, that's interesting.
I think you have to Shredder it instead of Kings. Just feels like you do get to keep it outside range of that one, but turn 5, a lot of times people are going to be playing a 5 drop as Druid instead of Hero Power. So here he still doesn't even get the Hero Power, the 4-1. You can't always Hero Power every turn as Druid.
What do you think about Kings here? Kings and Noble Sack. Kings on the Shredder.
Kings in the Shredder.
Yeah.
I feel like I like this move more. You kind of want to trade in your 4-1 while you can.
Okay.
I have no time.
This is a nice lead. Oh, Sylvanas. One of the only things that could have gotten Ryzen back in it. I still think that he's not in an easy position, considering the Sylvanas will take some time to, die and steal a minion. Looks like, though, that Muzzy might just trade in right now. I don't know, actually. Because he did just play Muster for battle. Do you just go
think
face?
he's going to trade?
I feel like
Trade
because he
that's
played
pretty
Muster.
decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you're looking at like 2 and 6 are kind of bad, but only 1 and 6 is probably really bad because he's probably going to get like something that's going to get eaten up by the
problem-
3-4 off the Shredder.
I feel like after he played Muster, he has to trade. If he doesn't trade, he just loses a swipe right now, right? But imagine going all face, you get like swiped, and then it's like I think you're dead at that point. Wow.
Nope.
Okay, I was
Face it
expecting.
is. Oh,
Wow.
actually, does he have lethal there? If he goes with this, like Sylvanas is going to kill the 3-4 probably, so you can deal 1, which is
Yeah, there's a no
14,
sack too.
and then you have another 13. You're actually 1 off lethal with this play. 1 mana off lethal or 1 damage off lethal.
What secret is that for Paladin?
It's noble sacrifice right now.
So I guess he has to hero power before killing the 3-4?
Exactly, and because he has to do that, it sets up a bit of a clunky hit, which is
Yeah.
probably why he's going face. But even still, he has not set up for lethal. He's still 1 short, so it is a bit of a risky play.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you were not going to trade with Sylvanas, I might have just like hero power played Older Man or something. But okay.
Well, this can be a disaster.
That's weird. Oh no! Wow.
Well, that's still a ton of damage there.
I think Muzzy can still win. You just Older Man
Yeah.
like 3/3s, Noble Sack hero power, you all in. Wow.
No, I think I prefer Kings here. Oldemon is much better if you run up against an Ancient of War.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Well, we know what Risen needs. It's the swipe.
Definitely needs a swipe.
If he can full clear, it might actually be game. But if he doesn't draw it, ooh. He's dead to one. If 1 minion stays alive, Muzzy wins this.
Is that a swipe? No. So
But he can't. Wait,
Force-
no, he can get a taunt off the Shredders.
Yeah, and he can also play Force Nature to clear. Or is he
Oh wow, that's true. Looks like he's not going to though.
not going to.
No, the clear wouldn't work actually, because of Noble Sack. Noble Sack would have prevented the clear on the final 1/1. So he has to get a taunt off this to have any chance, and he does not. Muzzy takes it.
Yeah, even after the steal, it's just Muzzy was so far ahead before, so still not enough to make a comeback here. He took a big risk. Muzzy took big risks against swipes, like really did, and it paid off there. So.
And now it's Shaman versus 2 of the other top tier decks. We'll get to see how these matches roll out here. I've had quite a few predictions on both sides, but I'm in the corner of the Shaman, even though, if I'm not mistaken, Muzzy is in this position because he 0-3'd with Shaman.
Okay, time to earn your worth, Shaman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never thought that would be the deck that could hold him back. Face
Well,
Shaman.
yeah, it happens. But I think these are pretty decent matchups. A lot of the time against Druid, I feel like it's a bit too late when the Druid starts to get going. If the Druid doesn't get a sick open, I mean, Druid is that other deck that with the sick ramp opener, you're just not losing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, at the same time though, Risen is playing Darnassus Aspirants, which is a bit weird. I think those cards actually fell out of the Druid list, if I'm not mistaken.
Most Druid lists do not run aspirants anymore. I'm guessing if you are running aspirants, you're an anti-aggro list. Because no one's not running two living roots at this point, so you have to be running like double living roots and aspirant. And at that point, I think you might be cutting one combo and running Ancient War or something like that. Or yeah.
Well, we saw 2 Savage Roars, didn't we?
I think so, actually. Yeah. Maybe he cut a shade for them or something for one.
He had a shade too. He had a shade. He had 2
Maybe
Savage
one
Roars.
shade?
We only saw 1 Force of Nature. We saw 1 Aspirant. We saw 1 Ancient of War, and we saw 1 Sylvanas. Obviously, we only saw
I've actually seen some people run one Force, 2 Savage Roars to cut some stuff like that. I don't know. Tunnel Shrug. What more could you ask for?
an
Druid
overload
hand
card.
is really good. This Druid hand is sick.
Yeah, and that Shaman hand is not great.
No, without Tunnel Shrug's gonna die to Wrath, and after that there's gonna be kind of awkward openings. Although now there's Feral Spirits. So.
Oh, it's so hopeful. It's like I finally got it, but no.
Muzzy covered his webcam with a sheet of paper or something. I just saw.
Oh, he did that a little bit earlier. I think he might be a little bit under the weather. I think he's covering up the sneezes and all the rest.
Okay, just like me.
All right. First blood comes down. It's not great, but it sets up a board that seems like it can't be challenged.
Wow, Innervate, nice.
And
Good
Innervate.
top deck. So he's had a 1-drop as Druid, a 2-drop, and then a coin 3. That's very rare, basically.
How about this?
No, you have to abuse it here, right? But this looks so bad.
Well,
Can you? Like if you don't I just can't see you play where
what
you
if you
don't
just
abuse-
pass? What if you just pass and next turn you do Horse Rider Abusive to finish off the Druid of the Claw?
That makes sense. It just seems so out there, huh? But it's actually pretty good. Because you're expecting one trade. I mean, this isn't going to do that much because the Keeper's going to come down and, it's not going to really achieve much. But this forces him to have the Keeper, right? Without the Keeper, then you don't get to kill both the 2/3s.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Muzzy, both of the cards in Risen's hand deal with the situation pretty well.
Yeah.
So Muzzy's not going to be able to push for almost any damage in the early game. And I think this is a pretty bad spot as a result.
There's even a swipe just to clear the 2/1s.
He wouldn't even need to use it. I think he'd play any other card if he draws one.
Oh, definitely any other card if you draws them, but I feel like if you don't draw anything, then maybe just use it, right?
Well, okay,
Okay,
that makes the decision really easy.
That makes it easy. Yeah.
Earth
we're
Shock.
still in hammer, but
Whoa.
I just don't see Muzzy win the race at this point. It's not that he doesn't have enough damage to kill Ryzen, it's the fact that Ryzen will kill him before, right?
Yeah.
Like you do me over here for 4, then you're taking 3, Emperor's throwing 8 next turn plus a swipe, and you're already 10 life down. So that's the main problem for Muzzy, is that he's gonna die before Ryzen.
What do you think about Earthshock? I feel it's a card that I haven't seen in this Shaman list for some time.
Yeah, I think one of is pretty common, but
Okay, there goes Emperor. He's going to be met with a Rock Biter, but again, he's just so low on health right now.
playing defensive is not Shaman's strong suit. So once they have to play defensively like this, they're in a rush.
Roll it. Ooh, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Kind of gives him a chance still. I'd say it's still a low chance. Assuming Druid's going to troll something. I mean, every Druid draws should be decent. Even this cycles, he can hear
It's kind
power.
of tragic.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
wow.
really crappy.
Yeah, keeper face. It's gonna be a 12
No,
with
he's
the...
not the keeper. Oh yeah, he
What?
is. Okay, it's three. It's
Okay.
three. Yeah, I thought it was 4 mana.
Okay, I would be
Honestly.
really surprised if there was no keeper.
Yeah.
I don't know if Muzzy even wants to rock biter in that to take 2 more damage because you have to. No. Oh, it gets a taunt. Okay, makes sense.
Oh, and the double juggle.
Juggles.
That's very big.
Wow, Muzzy's actually making a comeback playing the control shaman. Two kind of like dead draws from Ryzen.
That's also kind of a bad draw. It just doesn't fit in properly.
It doesn't fit in at all. If only Swipe was 2 mana, you can hero power once more. This is actually gonna be very close, it seems. Maybe you just count some outs here as Ryzen. Are you that desperate? I don't think so. I think I just play Shredder and
Wild growth.
Swipe the Juggler. It still sets the totem as a 2/1, so they
Also,
can
the
hero power it.
positioning is favorable
Yeah.
because if he doesn't have another minion, both totems are going to be to one side.
Hmm.
He gets the double hero power here. I think I like that.
Yeah, you definitely double hero power. You Ursha could trade that one probably. But you should start by making a totem, right? I think you should start by trading in and then making a totem because you
Gotta
get.
get a taunt again.
Yeah. This one seems most reasonable to me.
All right.
And then
Good stuff.
nice.
Rewarded for good play there.
Yeah. Shapeshift here definitely.
Yeah,
Shapeshift is giving you 2 damage, like just like the Hunter Hero power, and it's giving you the armor you need right now.
I wonder if you would. No, you probably want to rock biter at the very end. You don't want to know. You don't want your opponent to know what cards you're holding. Wow, Risen draws dead again. Risen. I don't think Risen could have possibly drawn so badly. I think this is it, especially with that attack. That's game. There's easily 20. Oh my god. There's considerably over 20 damage here. Actually, no, it's just 1 over. Okay. Well, that's over. Yep. And that is gonna be it. I think you're muted, Strifecraft.
Oh, oops, I was muted.
Yeah.
My bad. I've been just casting myself. It's okay. Just pretend I said a lot of words. That
Yeah.
was
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that is gonna be match point. Muzzy takes the third there. Risen is knocked out of the tournament, and Muzzy will advance to play VLPS in the decider match. That is going to be our next match. So it's going to be a match we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen VLPS play against Muzzy so far. Actually, it's going to be the case that VLPS would have played all 3 players in the group.
Yeah.
So
The next match is like everything for these players because whoever wins this match gets in, and whoever loses is out. So this is like I guess the highlight of this tournament so far. So
yeah, and it is Muzzy's just playing the solid decks, while VLPS has brought a lot of control flavor. So I'm kind of curious how that is going to go down. We will be back after about a 3-minute break to get set up for our final game of the night. While we are on break, I encourage you guys to check out geico.onog.gg. You guys can check out the giveaway that's happening for CyberPower PC. You can also see the schedule of the tournaments, what's going on, and if you wish, you can choose to sign up for an entry in an open tournament of your own. You can win some money, you can get some fame, and if you do well enough, you'll end up in some of these feature tournaments and get a little bit of a bigger slice of each of those. So check that out, guys, and we'll see you guys shortly.